All right, today we're jumping back in time to an absolutely incredible period in Indian history, an era so packed with discovery that it's famously called a golden age. We're going to explore how, for this one brilliant moment, an empire became the world's hotspot for game-changing innovation.
But let's kick things off with a huge question. Was there really a time when India was at the absolute forefront of science and math for the entire world? Well, the answer is a resounding yes, and it happened during the Gupta Empire. The story of how is just fascinating. Let's dive in.
So, what do we even mean by a golden age? It's a pretty simple idea, really. Think of it as that rare sweet spot in history when peace and prosperity line up just right, creating the perfect conditions for art, culture, and science to just explode. It's a peak moment for human achievement. And that kind of genius doesn't just pop up out of nowhere. No, it needs a stable foundation. So our story really begins with the leader who forged the very empire that made this incredible explosion of knowledge possible. Meet Chandragupta II. This is the guy. He earned the title Vikramaditya, which means brave as the sun. I mean, what a title, right? He is the absolute central figure of this era, and his leadership created the bedrock for everything that was to come. And if you look at the timeline of his rule, you see a leader who was all about strategic action. Right from the get-go, in 375 AD, he launched these major military campaigns. The big one was defeating the powerful Saka rulers, which let him complete this massive westward expansion. This wasn't just conquest for conquest's sake. This was the careful, deliberate construction of a secure and unified state. And all those victories on the battlefield, they had a huge economic payoff. By pushing his empire from coast to coast, he took control of these super rich regions like Malwa and Gujarat. Suddenly, he had the keys to major ports on the western coast, opening up these incredibly powerful trade routes that connected India all the way to the Roman world. And this is where the whole story pivots. With the borders secure and the treasury full from all that trade, the empire's focus could shift from the battlefield to the mind. This, right here, is where the Golden Age truly begins to shine. Chandragupta II's court became an absolute magnet for talent. It wasn't just a political capital, it was an intellectual powerhouse. It was the place to be if you were one of the most brilliant poets, scientists, or thinkers of the day. Legend has it, his court was home to the Navaratna, or the Nine Jewels, this dream team of scholars. The most famous of them all was the poet Kalidasa. His plays are so timeless and profound that he's often called the Shakespeare of India. It was also during this time that classic epics like the Mahabharata and Ramayana were written down into the versions we know today. But the innovation went way beyond literature. I mean, this era gave the world one of its most powerful tools, something we literally use every single day: the positional base 10 numeral system. That's right, the numbers 0 through 9. And the revolutionary idea that a digit's position gives it its value. That all started right here. It's the system the entire world runs on today. And just to give you a sense of the kind of precision they were capable of, get this. The incredible mathematician and astronomer Aryabhata calculated the value of pi to 4 decimal places. For the 5th century, that is an astonishingly accurate number, and it unlocked all kinds of new possibilities in engineering and astronomy. Oh, but Aryabhata was just getting started. He correctly figured out that the moon doesn't make its own light, it just reflects the sun. He put forward the radical and correct idea that the Earth spins on its own axis. And his estimate for the Earth's circumference? It was so incredibly close to the actual number, it's almost spooky. We're talking centuries ahead of everyone else. Now, the genius of the Gupta era wasn't just theoretical. You could actually touch it. If you go to Delhi, you can see a 23-foot-tall iron pillar that was put up during this time. And what's absolutely mind-blowing is that for 1,600 years, it has basically refused to rust. It's a masterpiece of metallurgy that still has experts scratching their heads. Of course, with all this incredible knowledge, you need a way to preserve it and pass it on. So the Gupta rulers invested big in education. Chandragupta's successor, Kumaragupta I, founded Nalanda University. This place would go on to become one of the greatest centers of learning in the ancient world, drawing scholars from all over Asia for centuries. But as we all know, no golden age lasts forever. After this unbelievable period of growth and discovery, the empire started to face a deadly threat from beyond its borders.
A dark shadow was falling from the north. And we actually have a direct account of this threat, carved in stone. An inscription left by a later king, Gupta, describes the devastating invasions by the Huns. It speaks of the near annihilation of the empire. I mean, this was a truly existential threat.
And this invasion forced a total shift in priorities. All the resources, all the wealth, all the brain power that had funded universities and supported brilliant minds now had to be diverted to the war effort. Constant fighting just drained the empire's money and its strength, and eventually it began to crumble. The stability that started it all was gone.
But here's the amazing thing. Even though the empire itself collapsed, its ideas were just too powerful to disappear. The legacy of the Gupta Golden Age is still echoing all around us today in ways you might not even realize. Seriously, just think about it. Every time you punch a number into your phone, you are using a Gupta invention. The foundations they laid in math are essential to basically all modern science. Their metalworking still blows our minds, their literature is still celebrated, and their universities shaped the intellectual history of a whole continent. These really are timeless gifts to the world.
And all of this leaves us with one final big thought to chew on. The Gupta Empire proved that when you combine stability, prosperity, and a culture that truly values knowledge, you can get these extraordinary leaps forward. So it really makes you wonder, doesn't it? What ingredients would we need to create a new golden age of discovery today?